unpack all of this exciting news with Jacco Van Loon. He is in the UK and he's the director of the Keele Observatory. Welcome to the programme. Great to speak to you on this exciting day. So will the liftoff actually happen? I heard that there might be some issues that might delay the mission.
Yes, it's not unusual for things to happen during countdown that need to be investigated, and there are natural points where they might stop and look into it before continuing. So a while ago, the countdown was stopped, so we're still 40 minutes before launch.
Okay.
But the clock is stopped. They're investigating an issue with one of the engines. The temperature has to be controlled, and that was not possible. So they will look at whether they can continue with that or need to do something, or perhaps call it off for today. They have only a limited amount of time left, I believe for another hour or so.
Okay.
And then we'll have to wait.
All right, so just an hour left to see if it will actually happen. So, we hope that it does happen. The question is, why is NASA going back to the moon, and why now after 50 years?
Yeah, exactly. So 50 years ago, it was really about showing that it's possible, and it was both politically motivated and just to do something that would really lift the nation and the world. And that's also still part of why we're doing this now, driving technology, inspiring people, creating solutions for all sort of challenges, that some of which we can also find on Earth. But it's also become easier in a way, cheaper. The private space industry has developed. So it's a good time now to take that step. And it's not just about going back to the moon. There's a much longer term vision beyond just permanent bases on the moon, also going to Mars, mining asteroids, and all of that. And
Jacco, why have we had to wait 50 years to go back to the moon?
That's a good question. Of course, after the Apollo program, there were other major programs, the Space Shuttle program, the International Space Station. Now, the Space Shuttle program has come to an end.
Jacco, if you can just hold that thought 1 minute. I've just seen some breaking news here. NASA calling off Monday's launch of the giant moon rocket. I've just seen that alert right now. But please continue. You were saying why?
Yes. I was listening with one ear to the other as well. But this is not a complete disaster. There will be other opportunities later in the week. So it's better than having a rocket blast off and then explode. So they're very cautious, and they know what they're doing. So it's not unusual either.
It's not unusual. So if it has been called off, when would it be rescheduled for?
Yeah, so there's another opportunity on Friday, and there will be another one later on. It has to be timed because, of course, the moon is moving, the Earth is moving, rotating, and so there's a very well-planned trajectory for the rockets and onwards to the moon. So with the Friday launch, that will change slightly, but not fundamentally.
All right. And just, again, bigger picture, what is NASA hoping to learn?
First of all, a lot more about the moon. For instance, what has been discovered, both within the rocks, but also possibly as ice in craters near the pole. Now, that's interesting scientifically because it says something about how the moon is formed and maybe also the planets like Earth. But also, of course, water is a very important commodity to have. If you want to live in space, you need water. So if you can actually resource it locally, and in this case on the moon, that of course makes it a lot easier. Also the technology, although we have been to the moon before, so we know how to do that, they will be doing things differently with newer technology. As it's a stepping stone for other projects going to Mars, for instance, and the challenges that come with that, for instance, protection against radiation, but also living in a more sustainable way. You have to make sure that you have clean air, food, etc. So all these challenges ahead, those are some of the major reasons for doing that.
All right, thank you so much, and I hope to speak to you again Friday. And just to recap for our viewers, NASA has cancelled Monday's blast off of the moon rocket, postponing uncrewed debut test flight of the Space Launch System. All right, and that's from the NASA itself.